Manchester United face Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League on Sunday afternoon, kick-off 4:30 p.m. United narrowly beat Leicester City 2-1 in their previous match last week in the FA Cup, thanks to a late goal from Harry Maguire that was controversially allowed despite the defender being offside. The Reds will aim to heap further woe on Ange Postecoglou's Spurs, who were recently ousted from both domestic cups and currently sit one spot below United at 14th in the Premier League standings. United will also have their sights set on their upcoming FA Cup fifth-round tie against Fulham next month and a pivotal Europa League last 16 encounter. Triumph in either tournament would ensure European football at Old Trafford for next season, with the latter offering a coveted spot in the Champions League. With all that said, below are some of the latest media reports surrounding the Reds, as well as a view on each one. German outlet Bild reports that the Reds have expressed an interest in RB Leipzig's young French centre-back, Castello Luqueba. Luqueba has a reported £75 million release clause in his current Leipzig contract. It is rumoured that the 22-year-old, who only joined the Bundesliga side from Lyon in 2023, is preparing for a mega deal this summer, opening the door to United. Jamie Carragher has slammed the current state of both Manchester United and Tottenham ahead of their meeting in North London this weekend. You know what Manchester United do, okay, away from home, in sort of big stadium, but Tottenham beat them a few weeks ago. I think this will be 1-1, because I think Man United will go there, but their back five, sit there, try and make it awkward, try and nix up them. And I'm not sure Tottenham have got enough to score a few goals, even the energy. Manchester United return to action on Sunday afternoon, away at Tottenham in the Premier League, kick-off 4:30 p.m. Ruben Amorim's side were fortunate to beat Leicester City 2-1 in the FA Cup last time out, after Harry Maguire's late winner was incorrectly allowed to stand despite the defender being offside. They will now be looking to pile more misery on Ange Postecoglou and Spurs, who were knocked out of both domestic cups recently and sit one place, 14th, below United in the Premier League table. The Reds will also have one eye on their FA Cup fifth-round tie against Fulham next month, as well as a crucial Europa League last 16 clash. Winning either competition will guarantee European football at Old Trafford for next season, with the latter securing a lucrative place in the Champions League. United will reportedly rival Arsenal for Atalanta forward Matteo Retegui. French outlet Foot Mercato claimed that the Reds have been impressed by his impressive performances. The striker is having a great season with 23 goals scored already. It is said that the Gunners, Aston Villa and Paris Saint-Germain are also interested. Former United striker Teddy Sheringham has criticised the latest round of redundancies at the club under Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos, admitting his confusion at the decision to cut even more staff numbers. All those people that he's made the cuts on, they're all important kinds of people, most of them. Lots of them are on minimum wage, he told Feneria.it. It's all those people around the club that make the club feel homely. All those little members of staff that don't get a lot of money but they're around, that love the club, that make people feel welcome when they come into the club. All those players, all those wives and girlfriends or families that come into the football club, these people serve them and they've all been discarded. Football is not like any other business. You need those people around the football club. I'm not really sure what you're gaining by doing it, to be honest, especially when you consider the money the club makes or what certain players are getting on a weekly basis. Manchester United defender Lisandro Martinez has hit back at Paul Scholes after the club legend criticised him, saying the ex-midfielder wouldn't survive in Argentina. Martinez has been ruled out for the rest of the season after it was confirmed the 27-year-old had suffered an anterior cruciate injury in his knee following United's 2-0 home defeat to Crystal Palace earlier this month. Before then, Martinez had been a near ever-present for the Red Devils, but has been involved in some dismal team performances that have seen United fall to 13th in the Premier League table. Scholes recently slammed Martinez when discussing United's lack of quality to win titles. He said the former Ajax defender was not at the level the club need to return to the glory days. Speaking on the overlap fan debate via Sky Bet, he said, even when Martinez is fit, he's not good enough to win the Premier League with. Martinez was clearly fired up by Scholes' words as he fired back in a post on Instagram, replying, "This Jinx guy is really hurting. You put him in Argentina and he wouldn't survive." Scholes is never afraid to speak his mind about United players, and recently said he would include Martinez in 8 players the club should sell, as well as Marcus Rashford, Matthijs de Ligt, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Casemiro, Antony and Joshua Zirkzee. Martinez, who arrived for £55 million in 2022, is not the only United defender who came under fire from Scholes. The 50-year-old also savaged de Ligt, calling him a concern while also critiquing Lenny Yoro. His de Ligt's age 25, and his amount of clubs already concerns me. He was brilliant at Ajax, he seems to be getting worse as he gets older. Bayern Munich, Juventus, they've let him go for some reason. Where are your ambitions? I'm talking about getting a team to win the Premier League. Are you going to win the Premier League with de Ligt and Yoro as your centre-halves? You, a fan, said you think they're quite good. Is quite good enough? Look, Yoro is a young player, but I haven't liked what I've seen so far. Did you see the Southampton game? He's a young player, he's one centre-half I would keep when I talk about that spine and 2 centre-halves. Manchester United would have to stump up around £50 million if they want to sign Crystal Palace forward Jean-Philippe Mateta, according to reports. The 27-year-old has been in superb form for Oliver Glasner's side, scoring 6 goals in his last 5 Premier League games and turning the heads of Europe's elite in the process. According to The Sun, Lyon are now keeping tabs on the Frenchman in a move that would be controversial, given that the club's owner John Textor is the largest shareholder at Palace. The report says a number of Premier League sides are chasing Mateta, but that any club who wants to sign him will have to pay £50 million at least for a player who is only getting better at Selhurst Park after reaching 42 goals in total since joining in 2021. Last season, Mateta hit 19 goals in all competitions, and United were tipped to sign the striker by Paul Merson amid their struggles up front. United signed Joshua Zirkzee from Bologna this season, but the Dutchman has had trouble adapting to life at Old Trafford with just 5 goals, while Rasmus Højlund has 7 in total. Amorim even tried playing Kobbie Mainoo as a false 9, ironically, in a 2-0 home loss to Palace, where Mateta scored a fantastic brace. Merson told Sky Sports this week, Man United should get Mateta, that's what they need. He's a strong lad up front, playing at the top of his game, he leads the line, scoring goals now. He runs and works his socks off harder than anyone you know. He's 100 times better than anyone Manut have in the front line. Not Amad Diallo. He's a young kid, but he's much better than Højlund and Zirkzee at the moment. It comes after Spanish outlet Fixtures claimed Barcelona are also interested, seeing the forward as an alternative to first-choice Robert Lewandowski. His contract expires in 2027, and is not the only Palace player being chased ahead of a possible summer move, with defender Mark Guehi being linked with an exit after the club rejected a bid from Tottenham in January.